Gather round, children, gather round. It's story time with Jess, the little writer. In case you didn't know, that's me. Grab bag. Alonzo kissed Marietta's hand and caressed her cheek. Don't worry about anything, he said. I'll be fine. I'll be back long before midnight if you care to watch the clock. Marietta smiled and kissed Alonzo on the lips, careful to give him a slight nibble. Alonzo picked up a paper bag on his way out of the door. Marietta stood in the doorway and watched him disappear into the night. She conjured two wolves to patrol the yard and discourage any children from coming to the porch. Alonzo caught up with a large group of children and blended in perfectly. A girl who was dressed like a princess noticed him after they'd been to 5 houses. What are you supposed to be? She said. Alonzo smiled as to show all of his teeth. The children all gasped and laughed. A boy who had chosen a pirate costume patted Alonzo on the shoulder. That's the best one I've seen. They look so real, he exclaimed. After they'd visited as many houses as they could before bedtime, the band of children broke up and headed home, except for the princess girl. Alonzo noticed that she wasn't in a hurry to go home. Is there a problem? He asked her. The girl choked up and a single tear fell down her cheek. They won't let me keep it. They're gonna take all my candy. Alonzo held his bag out in front of the girl. I have something better than candy. The girl made a move to look inside, but Alonzo shook his head. She closed her eyes and reached inside the bag. A sharp pain hit her hand and her brain began to shut down. Alonzo picked the girl up and threw her over his shoulder, but she hit the ground. Marietta opened the door before Alonzo made it to the gate. She conjured a wheelbarrow for his catch and a ramp to make their ascension easier than the steps. Marietta stood aside as Alonzo rode the stunned princess into the house that everyone thought was haunted. He opened his bag and released his beloved Xavier. Thank you, Xavier, Alonzo said as the bat perched on Marietta's shoulder. Marietta shook her head in disapproval. Tiny. Looks about 6. This won't be enough for the week. Alonzo smiled and showed all of his teeth. The two most prominent were buried into the neck of a former princess.